Hello, my name is Saffron and I am one of the lead trainers for Circasana Yoga. We fuse yoga with circus arts in a variety of different ways. And today I am going to share with you a 30-minute mini class to increase flexibility and strength in your entire body, specifically the shoulders, back, hips, and hamstrings. So we'll set our hammocks up at about hip height and we'll get started. So we will begin with the hammock right underneath our shoulder blades, and then just sitting into it in what we call a backpack position. So just taking a minute, you can take the hands by the sides or back behind the head. And just take a minute to just let gravity have you. See if you can find your breath and just kind of sink and lean back into the hammock. Starting to turn on your breath, just let your whole body drop. Feeling that compression underneath the shoulder blades and noticing what comes up for you here. Aerial yoga has a lot in common with like a deep tissue massage. So a lot of times the hammock can press on our bodies in spaces where the muscles might be holding tension. And so if you notice any tension in your upper back and shoulders, you can just start to kind of massage into it with little circular movements of the shoulders or back and forth movements, whatever feels right in your body. Or you can find stillness. Whatever is right for you is the right answer. But just see if you can maintain your breath. So in yoga, the quality of our movement is linked to the quality of our breath. So let's just set an intention for this practice to see if we can maintain movement synced with breath as we flow and open through this aerial yoga sequence. Taking a moment here, let's bring our hands down into our hearts and just set an intention for this practice. Maybe it's just to connect with your breath for 30 minutes. Maybe you have intention, a deeper intention for yourself and for how you want to show up today. But just anchor that into your heart. And then breathe that into your heart as you reach the hands up and reach back. Opening, stretching the arms back behind you. You can always keep a prayer behind your head for support of the neck. And then on your exhale, we're going to bring the hands around and grab into like a hug. Hug yourself. You might now notice a little compression on the pecs. So these little sneaky muscles can get really tight when we're on the computer all the time. And so here, just take your neck from side to side and notice if you can get any release or space in the neck with this deep tissue massage happening in your pecs. Slowly and deeply with the breath, bringing that nervous system down and bringing the energy of the mind into the body. And then we're going to flow 3 times. So inhaling to reach up and open, and then exhale to reach forward and open. Inhale back and open. Exhale forward and open. On our next inhale, we're going to sink down here into a chair pose, but it's more of an assisted chair. See if you can tuck your pelvis so that your belly button comes to your spine, really activating the deepest abdominal muscles, the transverse abdominals. You can take your hands onto the fabric for some extra support, and then we're going to start to do some core. So bringing the knee up, right knee up, exhale and tap it down. Really slow and smooth. See how neutral you can keep your pelvis as you move through the legs. Breathing with each movement. See if you can bring all of your awareness into your belly, into the center of your power. And let every exhale ignite that flame in your belly. Let's do 2 more on each side. And then bringing the feet right underneath the plumb line, which is where you're connected to the sky. Pull yourself up and stand up. We're going to use the hammock, our friend, to gain a little bit of hip stability and mobility. So we're going to bring all of our weight into our left side. Reach the right leg up into your nose, or near your nose. If you can touch your nose, that's super awesome. But just as much as you can with control. On your inhale, kick that foot forward. And then exhale and kick it back behind you. Inhale, kick that foot forward. Exhale, kick it back behind you. Inhale, kicking it forward. And exhale, kick it all the way back. Really super slow-mo. Setting that foot down. Inhale, reaching the hands either out to the side or up and back to make a prayer behind your head. And just breathe here. See if you can pull your belly button in towards your spine and activate your right glute. Breathing here and opening. And then we're going to grab onto our hammock, take it off of our backs. Press your hands out to the side as if you have wings, and then let your hands slide forward into a wrist lock, folding forward into a pyramid shape. On our inhale, we're going to dip the back knee down, press the hands down, lift the heart up. Exhale, pyramid, straightening the front leg. Inhale, back knee comes down, heart lifts up towards the sky, belly button to spine. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, back knee down, heart lifts up. Exhale, pyramid, and hold. Stretching the hands overhead, breathing into the shoulders. See if you can pull the front ribs into the back ribs and get a little bit more depth in the shoulders. Then we're going to turn towards our right side so both of our feet are facing towards the right. And we're going to do this little happiness soup. So we're going to make a big circle with our bodies, getting through the spine, through the hips. 3 big circles. And then reversing the direction. And now turning back forward, finding the depth of your lunge here. Bring that back knee down. And then seeing if you can pull the heart up and start to lean back, opening the chest, lifting the heart up towards the sky. Try not to let your upper back sink. Imagine a string at your heart and it's lifting you up towards the sky. Your biceps are active here. And then exhale, half split. Getting a little deeper into that hamstring. You can point and flex the foot to floss into that sciatic nerve. And then on our exhale, we're going to launch forward, but slowly onto that front leg, coming into a warrior 3. Breathing in here. And then we'll take 3 little dips. So dipping the back knee down as low as you can, really working on that left hip stability. And then reaching up. Little toe faces down towards the ground, finding that internal rotation of the back leg. Dip. And extend. 1 more. Dip. And extend. Letting go of anything your body needs to let go of here. And then coming right back up to standing. Rolling 1 vertebrae at a time all the way back up. Opening your wings And bringing your backpack back on. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale, coming forward. Plank pose. Try to pull the core in. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. And then sinking back down into that chair and pulling yourself up to stand. Same thing, other side. So now transfer the weight into your right leg. Kiss your left knee if you can, or just lift it as high as you can. Belly button to spine. Exhale, kick forward. Inhale through center and exhale, kick back. You can keep your hands wherever you need them to be in order to feel safe and stable. The hammock is your friend to help you with your balance. And then slowly stepping back. High lunge on this side. Hands can either stay here or they can reach up and back. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. See if you can fire up that left glute. And breathe into your heart and your back. See if you can find space in your chest. Space in the front of your body. And then we'll grab onto the hammock. Bring it around and forward. Making our wrist locks. Exhaling to fold forward into your pyramid. Inhale, bring that back knee down, pulling down on the fabric to activate the core and looking up. And then exhale, pyramid. Inhale, lengthen up, stretching into the front of the body, opening those hips. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. And then exhale. Pyramid once again, turning this time towards the left, and then making that happiness soup. So circling 3 times. Seeing if you can get out any little kinks or cracks in the spine to give you space in your body. And then turning back forward, bringing the back knee down. Pulling the heart up and maybe leaning back by pulling up. So we're not just dumping back, we're pulling up in order to go back. Stretching out those hip flexors, activating the core. Breathing always. If you can reconnect with your breath. And then exhale, half split. Pointing and flexing. And then when you're ready, we're going to launch back into our warrior 3 here. Little toes face down. And then little dips. So dipping, trying to touch the left knee behind the right. Maybe you come all the way down if it's in your practice. Maybe you just go as low as you can with control. And remember that breath. And then slowly fold forward and roll yourself back up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring the hammock back behind you. Into our backpack position. And then we're going to start to give ourselves a few little pull-ups. So we're going to do these little froggy pull-ups. If you need to jump, you can jump. Focus on lowering down as slowly as you can, because that'll build that eccentric strength that will help you eventually pull up on your own. So hands a little above eye level. If you need to jump, you can jump up to your little froggy position and then lower down with control. Try to keep your shoulder blades squeezing together as much as you can when you do this. And if you can lift with just your arm power, we're going to do that. So 1, 2, and 3. So that's our position that we want to work on for our inversion. You can do those as strengtheners if you have a hammock at your house. That's a really great way to build pulling strength, is to work on that eccentric lower down. But for now, to get into our inversion, there are two options. Option one is you bring the hammock at the lower part of your back, a little bit wider with your hands than your hips, and then lean back into it and take the legs out wide. Here we are in our straddle back. Option two, a little bit more challenging, is to pull up and then lean back. So we're going to pull up and then lean back. So you can practice that a few times. And once you find your position, there's a nice way to adjust the hammock to the lowest part of your back, like on your tailbone. You can take one foot as like a kickstand and then kind of shimmy the hips forward and then open back up. You might get a nice lower back release once you get it right on your sacrum. You don't want it on your butt to fall off, but you want it like right where the pelvis begins. And then opening the legs out to the side. We can take one leg up. And then we can actively try to rotate this hip. Open and close. You might feel a massage in the side of your hip. That's awesome. And you can come up slowly if you need to. If you start to get dizzy, also having the hands on the floor may help with dizziness. Dizziness is super normal when you're first starting aerial yoga. So just go ahead and take whatever rest you need. And then you can start to reach that leg back and then maybe grab onto it with the hands, stretching to open. Kicking the leg into the hands and the hands into the legs. And then releasing. We'll slowly switch to the other side, so that leg that was moving around is going to come back up. Hook on. The other leg's going to come off. And then back. And so we're just going to move through the hip here, seeing how active and engaged you can be in the muscles that surround your hip. And maybe you take one hand onto your belly to ensure that your belly is staying engaged. And just see if you can really be in your body here. Noticing any crackles and pops and just letting that create the space that you want in your body. When you're ready, you can grab onto that other ankle behind. Kick back. You might feel some release in the neck. And then you can take both legs out wide. Breathing here. Holding. And then we'll slowly come up. So grabbing both hands onto the fabric. Keeping the legs out wide. See if you can keep your core engaged. And we'll come into a little bit of core work here. So legs wide. Then we'll take them up and together. And widen. And together. And widen. And together. And then we'll do some crunches. So go as low as you can while keeping your belly engaged. And then crunch the knees to your nose. And extend. I'm going to turn myself so that you guys can see me. So here. And crunch. Two more. And then we're going to lower as slowly as we can, all the way down, using your arms to brace. And we've landed. And now we'll take the fabric right back up at our shoulders, reach open and up, stretching out, opening, feeling the work and the heat that you've created. And now we'll grip the elbows onto the fabric and just hang forward, getting a little bit more shoulder stretch. For less, you can keep your butt back. If you want more, you can lean forward, hollowing out the core, finding your plank position here. And then slowly bringing the hips back, folding forward, stretching the head, relaxing the neck. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, coming all the way back up. And bringing the hands into your heart, checking back in with that intention and with your breath. Carrying this intention with you throughout the rest of your practice, if this was just a warm-up, or throughout the rest of the day, if this was just a reset to bring you back to your center. If you would like more aerial yoga, we have lots more. We've got aerial yoga teacher trainings, we've got retreats, we've got all of the things that you would need for your aerial yoga and aerial silks life. So looking forward to connecting with you, and feel free to reach out through our website or comment here.